Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Hitman Freelancer and the Earn Your Gear challenge. We could well be on the final stretch here today. It's been a fairly straightforward challenge all round. I probably need to make it a bit more difficult if I ever come back to it, but those are problems for future Muse. Contemporary Muse faces these problems: Santa Fortuna, Haven, and alerted Bangkok, so that seems like a wonderful place to begin. Poison Dart Gun, don't get caught on camera, take no damage. And as is the case with the Earn Your Gear challenge, the number of items of gear we bring depend on how well we did last time. So we ended with a perfect run last time, which means we can bring 5 bits of gear, 3 for the regular challenges and 2 for the prestige. So let's load up with those bits of gear. We're going to need a dart gun. We're going to need probably a lockpick. Do we bring a blunt weapon? We're going to need at least one gun, which is a pistol. And we're going to need a katana, so we'll bring the tanto along. So what do we do for item number 5? Maybe, given as it's Bangkok and it's generally a big pain in the butt, we bring... we don't even have the remote EMP charge. How are we supposed to turn off the camera stealthily without that? We might have to murk everyone. Or cause an explosion next to the camera device. Or something. Either way then, let's bring a submachine gun. Ideally we're not going to get into a fight because we've got to take no damage. But let's head on out and see what happens. We've been getting elusive target Bangkok quite a lot recently. I hope that's not the case now. We've just got regular. It's definitely not the source. It's elusive target because we've got those military men hanging about. Very well. I guess this could make it easier to get cameras. Potentially. The actual cameras in the main camera room are going to be a pain in the butt, as ever. Stop looking, thank you. Good. Yeah, so actual cameras, right pain. However, there are other cameras available on this level. But they are also a pain in the butt to get, really. Because we have to work our way up to the elusive target suite on the top floor. And most of the outfits involve getting enforced when you're up there. Maybe hotel staff would be a good bet. Either way, let's deal with this gentleman. And get some sort of outfit. That's a good first step. And because we don't like loose ends, we'll crunch him. Now we do have a camera just out here. If we could avoid the cameras, that'd be dandy. But it's tricky to do on this map in general. So let's assume that we're going to get caught by camera at some point. Now, I think someone from upstairs. Yeah, that's triggered some sort of elusive target flee. It never seems to be these two guys who hear that camera getting shot, even though they're stood right next to it. So I'm not sure what's happening right now. I'm not sure where anything is kicking off exactly.
Hi. You need anything? I'm sure I've got it. At a price.
Now, Supplier Friend hasn't got a great deal for us anymore. There's that rifle which I'd love to get, but we'll also buy the rubber duck just cause. Kind of unnecessary to buy the rubber duck because we're going to prestige if we can afford the posh rifle. So all of our freelance tools are going to be going away at that point. But maybe the rubber duck will just come in handy. It's unlikely. We rarely use the buggers. Now, where are our targets anyway? We've got one outside. We've got one in reception. Ugh. These are not good places for our targets. And we got one right upstairs in Ken Morgan's suite. Where can one easily get hotel staff disguise?
Say.
I mean, I guess we could get one from just knocking out a hotel staff member somewhere. Maybe this room over here would be good for it, because it's like a bunch of outfits available in here. Well, it's 2 outfits, isn't there? Because one of the people in here is a woman, and we can't take her pants. No blunt objects around, unfortunately, so... No, do you have a blunt object, actually? You do. We'll borrow that. Thank you. Don't mind us.
You know, I have some mints in my pocket. You could,
Is he about to insult our breath?
You could use a mint.
Son of a... Right. Nope, stay calm. We're still just going to knock him out and put him in a box. No reason to murk him just because he's a rude man. Now, who gets lured over here with a wrench through?
Would someone go see what the funk that was?
Yeah, okay.
Language? Right, down they go. So yeah, no one's coming into this room. But even so, we're going to tuck people into cupboards. And with that done, we're going to try and get up to Ken Morgan's suite as hotel staff, because I think that should be allowed. So we want to be on the other side of the hotel. We'll just wait for Hat Guy to go past. And we managed to sneak through. Lovely. Is there a crowbar of some sort down here? There's rat poison. Oh, there's a screwdriver. Cool. More throwables is always good. Alright, that guy's an enforcer. Where did he come from? Is he normally there? Doesn't seem to be moving. He might just be an alerted territory chap.
My husband is lying right beside me, and the kids are sleeping in their beds. Yeah. I just
Yeah, he doesn't seem to want to move. And Hat Guy's going to come back through in a minute. So let's go upstairs, and then we'll try and worry about getting across the hotel. That might be the sensible maneuver. Now, this guard out here is not an enforcer for this outfit, so that's grand. Oh, we did get caught on camera there. Okay. But that's fine. We were expecting to have to deal with the cameras. Who's spying us? Yeah, management. She's the worst. Now we should be allowed up this side because hopefully there's no people getting escorted about the place. Good. Now, we should be allowed in here. Lots of shoulds, but it seems to be working for us. And now we're not far away from the camera device. One of our targets has moved down to the ground floor, but maybe they're going to move up again. Wait a minute. Daisy. Yeah, she's the elusive target. Curious. So we've got hotel staff there. This guy is an enforcer, but what if we come this way? Yep, so our target is an enforcer to the hotel staff outfit. And then let's have a look. There's the cameras. Good. Okay, so I guess she came into this room. Now she's going upstairs. Oh no, she's hanging around out there. But she will come back upstairs at some point. Now, is there an opportunity in here? No, it doesn't look as though we can break the fountain like you can in the default version of the map. So there's no opportunities for amusing electric kills. But she will at some point go into a bedroom, I think. Jordan Cross's bodyguard's still just roaming around up here. And then, yeah, she comes in here at some point. Sits over there in her little chair, I think. But probably other people come in here as well. Okay, we can't pick up the machete. Maybe to be on the safe side, we get a different outfit available to us. Right, where are you going? Cross's bodyguard. You're coming in here. Now is not the time.
I really can't bother with this right now.
Right. Heck with it. There we go. 2 dudes down. Right, so this is a hostile area as Jordan Cross's bodyguard. It's fine as regular guard, but at the same time, there's a lot of enforcers. So we'll go back to this outfit for now. Now, where are you going, target? She's sitting down downstairs. Is that an opportunity for shenanigans? No, she's on the move again already. So she is in her room. These guards are probably going to be like, no, you can't come in.
Get in your way. You look like a butler with an agenda.
Okay, everyone's cool with that. Now, she's about to leave again, so Seeker. Got it. Let's get the katana ready. Now, she's going out there so she can come across and come in here. Or is she going? Yeah, she's just coming in here. And she's thrown up in there. Okay. And those two guards are just going to stand and watch. So this hasn't really helped. Unless we're quick with a gun. Are we quick with a gun? We're not usually that quick with a gun. But this time, we've been pretty quick. Tanto. Good. Target down. People are searching. Body has been found. That's not good. That's going to lead to panic and people roaming about the gaff. So let us depart the area if we can.
Come on, you copy?
Can we just drop down there? We can, good.
Looks like a casualty here. Over.
So aside from taking no damage, we've got the objectives dealt with. So let's go find targets 2 and 3. One of them is outdoors. And we're on the correct side of the hotel, possibly to snipe them. Cool. Target down. Oh, last target is down there. And target down. Pay no attention to the broken window guard. Right, someone else coming over? Let's just pop in this box. Not sure where exactly that enforcer's going to go. And people are panicking. Can't imagine why. But now is probably not a good time to be manoeuvring. Okay, the alarms have stopped. People are still on alert in my immediate vicinity. And that makes me not want to move. I don't even want to touch the controls right now. In case I lift my head a bit too much out of this bin and people notice and start murking me. No, which body's that? Is that... no. I dealt with everyone. I put everyone in cupboards downstairs, didn't I? You lose track of these things. After you've made a certain number of bodies, life is going back to normal. Except for that panicked guy. Oh, even he's chilling now. Now, what's he going to do with his life? Is he just tinkering with things? Still don't know if it's a good idea to pass him at this point. And he's off. Okay. We can spring back into action. A perfectly good Bangkok run. Excuse me, chaps. Another perfect. So we're inching closer to the 38k that we need. It's actually going to be tight, you know. I'm not sure if we're going to have enough cash to be able to buy that sniper rifle that I'm looking for. Let's see what we got. 4,500 for this objective, or 5.5 if we go for timed silent takedown. Which doesn't seem like a good idea. Now, are we going to Haven or Santa Fortuna? Don't blow your disguise. Eliminate guards. Shotgun. Poison guard. There's 2 couriers, which might be useful if we're trying to get some cash together. Whereas there's no couriers on Haven. Poison target sedative. I never like that when it comes to a showdown. I mean, we don't need the cash when we go into Santa Fortuna. We just need it by the end. So we could kill a couple of couriers and then buy the sniper rifle if we need to. But then how much cash are we getting there? 3,000, 4,000. So yeah, if we do everything right on Haven, then maybe we can make this work. There's fire extinguishers all over the shop, so that's good for concussive explosives. Silence pistol kill, epic. Seems like a good bet. So we can bring 5 things along. So let us bring both of our dart guns, perhaps. Lockpick. Maybe to be on the safe side, we do bring a concussive explosive. Although I'm hoping fire extinguishers will get the job done. Ah, but no, we've got Eliminate Guards SMG as well. So, so we could change our prestige to Eliminate Guards with an epic, or Eliminate Target with an epic SMG. But let's stick with this, and we will rely on finding fire extinguishers. So is that 5 items? Yeah, that's 5. We could potentially drop the Seeker and just stick with the Karma, because we've got nothing that requires us to dart gun our targets. We could just snipe them from range, and then we could bring a concussive, but we're going to need fire extinguishers at some point. So yeah, I think we'll go with this layout and we'll go to Haven and we'll finish lounging by the pool because there's no time for that today, Mr. 47. We've got a target up in the gym. We got one in the villa. We got one. Oh, we got Dr. Singh. Okay, so 3 targets by the look. One's right next to us in the gym, so let's go and have a look. Is it the... Yeah, it is. It's old gym dude. Now, are we trespassing? Yeah, we are.
You can't be here, okay?
Okay. Cool. We kind of got away with that. Now, this room features one person, and then is there another that comes in and goes out again? Maybe. Do we have any heavy items that we can bonk people with? No. But this is a gym, which means heavy bonkers should be available. There's one now. Now, you bugger off again, please. Thank you. And you. Yep. Don't take a photo of that. In you go. Now, who comes over if we throw a kettlebell down there? The answer is one of you. Okay, you're coming. That's fine. Now, you get in the box. Okay, so there's 2 more people out there. Would anyone see if we threw someone out of that window? I'm not sure. Where is the man who comes back and forth? There he is. He's lifting some weights. Next time he comes back and forth, maybe we could lure gym guy in here. Because I'd rather not knock people out. Although, is it going to make much of a difference? If we can get... It might make life a touch easier Is there a safe on this level? No. There might have been on the last one actually, and I may have forgotten to get it. So that sucks. But let's see. Right, everyone else is buggered off, so it's just Gym Guy. Gym Guy is the only one who's close right now.
Hey, you heard that?
Right. So here he comes. And then we'll switch to our epic pistol. That's a couple of challenges complete. Oops. It's not the outfit I was looking for. Oops. There we go. We're now personal trainer. Now, Dumbbell Guy's going to go in there at some point and see that, but that's fine. We're not anything to do with that. We're just doing gym-related stuff. So, supplier's not really that useful for us right now. Let's go find the good doctor, shall we? Still hanging out over at the area. Now, actually, maybe we do want the other outfit. I wanted this one purely for the thumbnail, to be honest. We haven't used this one in a thumb. But it's probably not the best outfit for getting around and about over here. Because it will be a bit... whatchamacallit? Trespassy. That's a word. Now, Doctor comes into his room, does he? Very well. Can we unlock that from down here? No. He's being followed about by an employee. Yeah, the sensible thing to do would be go back and get the resort staff outfit now. But that's not entirely an option at this point because people are searching over there because a body's been found. Right, so they're leaving again. Now, if we open this, is he the only person who's going to, or is he the first person who's going to walk across that? I'm going to hope that that's the answer. Now, we're actually going to be trespassing in our own hut at this point, I feel. Okay, no, we're not trespassing over here. Good. So let's have a poke around. See if we can't find ourselves a fire extinguisher. I'm sure there's some around here, yeah. I'm pretty sure there's one in each hut, which is why I wasn't desperate to bring any concussive explosives along. Now, there's a couple of guards over there. But are they in a position where they're easy to access? Probably not. So let's go somewhere else and find some guards. I'm going to assume that I'm not allowed in any of the other huts, but that's fine. Now, what have you got? Magnesium pouch, that's the blinding one, isn't it? So maybe we just bring an iron. I mean, what we could do is throw this extinguisher up near where all those guards are chatting about the data stick over at Tyson's Manor, but that seems like a high risk thing to do.
Listen here, pal. I'm sorry, but you ain't coming through here.
Oh shit! Didn't mean to throw that in that fashion. Right. Yep. That was silly. I wasn't trying to throw it at his head. But I suppose now he's down, we can deal with that. Right, someone else is going to come down and have a look around now. So let's just depart that area for the moment. I just wanted to throw the extinguisher at the floor. And it didn't quite work out for me that way. Oh, there's a target up there. Oop, missed him. Okay, he's coming over to have a look at that.
Move it! Move it! Flush the punk out!
So, yeah, this has all gone a bit awkward. But there we go. That's the villa target down. It's handy the way that guards will run to gunfire. So now it's just a case of concussive explosives for 3 people. What's going on over here now? Much of anything? Bit of body dragging. Can we get back what we need? Yeah, we can. Oh, is that staff area key? We'll grab that as well. So how do we play this? 2 guards in 1 stone would be good. But I'm prepared to be cautious. We've probably got ample opportunities to grab fire extinguishers. Right, so Stephen is headed back up top with his guard. And there are other guards up here, aren't there? Yes. So there's 2 guards.
Say what?
Yep.
You shouldn't leave that here, sir.
Nope. Gonna anyway. Now, are we going to be spotted if we're over here? Yeah.
Target spotted.
Right. It's gone a bit
We've been
pear-shaped.
We are the shield, gentlemen. Protect the package at all costs. Now or never.
Right.
I've been around the principal.
Cool. We are just a mansion resort staff now.
Really bad.
We're not hiding anywhere. Someone's coming over. They're a bit sus. But we are over here.
Leave the area. Okay, touchdown.
Oh.
Okay, I'll do whatever you say.
Yep, we're just in a room. Nothing to do with us. Okay, that guy's onto us.
I heard that. What the hell is going on here? You, speak. Please, you need to leave now. For your own safety.
Right. Yeah, this has all gone a bit hairy.
What's the situation? Are we clear? All is quiet, sir.
However, if we can get to this pole, I think we can slide down.
Don't make this worse
Okay,
than
we can.
necessary.
This is not the best place to hang out, in a literal sense. But everyone now might be chilling out a bit.
How does it look? What's the status? Clear and weapons hot.
Okay, we're getting there. People are chilling. To some extent. We'll just hand over hand until we get over here. What happens if we go around the corner? Okay, we can't.
Stop that now.
Okay, panic is over. I think. I'm willing to declare panic is over. And we are now in a position where we should be able to grab a second fire extinguisher because we've got an appropriate outfit. It would appear at some point in all that hurly-burly that the good doctor fell to his doom. I quite missed that. But it's happened because, yeah, we are being told to locate the exit. Now, which one is this? Okay, we haven't apparently got a key for that. We've got staff area key, but apparently that's not sufficient. Oh yeah, I guess he's down there. It's just about visible. You would have thought the woman following him would have alerted people to where he was, but it seems like that's not the case because nobody's coming over to try and grab his bod. So let's work our way back up to the top. We've definitely got these 2 guys, but is it necessary to take out these 2 guys with a concussive explosive? Especially when we're in an outfit that's being enforced by that dude. I'm going to say no, and we're going to go over here instead.
I gotta search you, sir, if you want to come through this way.
I don't actually want to come through this way. I just want to place that on the floor there, if that's okay with you. Seems like that's okay with him. Probably thinks it's a bit weird. But that's fine, we can live with that.
Holy crap!
Hopefully that's going to work. Yeah, it did. Now, let's see. Non-target killed, 1000 XP, did that say? Why did it say that? That's confusing. Either way, we've now got enough money to buy that sniper rifle on the next level. So it's just a case of exiting. Now, that guy might not be a problem for exit because we're just immediately leaving. So it doesn't really matter if he gets suspicious of us at this point. And maybe he won't even because he's looking the wrong way. Okay, I was worried about that guy for nothing. And with 2 perfect runs out the way, we come to the showdown. Now, Silent Assassin, Collateral Explosion, Time to Get Disguises. None of those are really what I wanted to see. Although it's not the end of the world. Now, Don't Blow Your Disguise, Poison Guard. Okay, Shotgun. It's Collateral Explosion. Nervous and dehydrated, business meeting. So, we're going to need a shotgun, obviously. We're going to need a lockpick, probably. We're going to need a rubber ducky, I think. And then we can collaterally explode our target when they go to a meeting or something of that nature. What are we looking for anyway? A hatless blonde, glasses, earrings and necklace. So we've got 2 of our items. We've got lockpick and rubber duck. We definitely need shotgun. So we'll go with a big long shotgun. And we'll bring a little pistol. Always useful. Item number 5. We do need to poison a guard. We could go with Seeker. Because then there is a possibility that we Seeker our target, knock them out somewhere, and then drag someone else on top of them and collaterally explode them that way. Yeah. And now Santa Fortuna awaits for the final part of this challenge. Santa Fortuna then. It's not the best map for a showdown. It's not the worst map for a showdown. It's a big old map, which is its main issue. Looks like a lot of the targets are around the hotel, around the mansion, which is no surprise. Now, where do we want to go first? Do we want to just stroll around and help ourselves to the mansion guard outfit? I feel like that can't really go wrong. Especially with so many targets around the mansion. We get to pick off any targets on the way and eliminate them from contention. That would be good. Right, we've got a lookout there. Sometimes it's okay if you trigger a lookout on this map because everyone else is so far apart that they might not panic. We've got another lookout there. So it feels like this area is going to be populated by a group of 3 once they start spreading out.
Gosh darn it. Hey, what's up?
There's a courier. You've got a hat. So it ain't you.
Not good. Not good at all, man.
Let's go find supplier. Because we might end up killing some non-targets at some point. So let's buy what we need right now. Yeah, let's buy ourselves the ancestral rifle. And we've got a spare duck. Cool. Which is probably good. Maybe we get the Hippo Whisperer outfit. But either way, we want the Mansion Guard outfit for now, I think. It'll just be handy if we want to run around with guns out. And the sun is always out in Santa Fortuna, so guns out is something we want to consider. Are there any targets around and about? Because if there aren't, it could potentially be a good idea to blast those 2 guys. Where are you going? Are you coming down? Yeah. They're also a hat wearer. So yeah, it's tricky at this point. Do we get the Hippo outfit with fewer enforcers, or do we stick to the Mansion Guard outfit and openly carry a shotgun? So that's a shotgun guard out of the way. And Hippo Friend is getting fed. If no one else is coming down here anytime soon, and it doesn't look like they are, then potentially we get our shotgun kills out of the way. Yeah, doesn't look as though that guy's coming back anytime soon. So let's hide some bods before anyone has a big old panic. Now, we'll leave the machine guns lying around. But we'll grab the cave key cards. And now we can put away our shotgun, because we don't need it right now. Which means we could go for Hippo Whisperer. Yeah, let's do that. Right, you come with us. Now we are the Hippo Whisperer. We'll grab our briefcase again. Grab that emetic. Don't need it, but where's the harm? And yeah, there's that guy again. I didn't see him come back this way at any point, but now he's off again. I guess he went through the caves? A couple of people in the caves having what looks to be a meeting of some sort. Are they going to shake hands at the end of it? No, they didn't shake hands at the end of that meeting, so that wasn't a business meeting. Because a business meeting, you shake hands at the start and the end. So we could probably rule out those two people. But I can't really see them, so it's not a great help, all told. Can be a useful thing at times, but not today, not right now. So let's go and have a look at targets that we can see, such as that one who's upstairs, perhaps. Although we're not allowed upstairs ourselves as Hippo. We might be able to view them. Ah, here they come.
Long time no see.
Hat wearer. Not for us. Here's a target, and they fit some of the bill, at least. Fit everything except for earring. Unless it's on the other side, which I think it is on this lad. Yeah, he fits the bill, for sure. I mean, if we can find out who the business meeting people are, we've got a pretty good chance then, because there's only 3 business meeting people, and if we give one of them a rubber duck, then yeah, that's 2 of them taken out. Yeah, he is a business meeting. So all we need to do is find out if he's nervous and dehydrated. Or we just take the risk and throw the duck now. But we haven't seen the 3rd business meter yet.
Okay. Talk to you later.
There we go. Second handshake. Now, what are you going to do? He's dehydrated.
Today, sir.
So he is going to always drink at the same spot. So if we can find out where that spot is, we can potentially put a duck near it so he picks it up. But then again, we could probably just drop a duck in his path. But if he's always going to be hanging around up here in the open, that's grand. We're allowed in at ground floor level. Although that maid knows that we're dodging.
Oh, I love this photo. Rico and Hippo when he took his first steps in the pen.
Is that a drink? Are you drinking that drink? Oh, he's nervous. He's nervous and he's standing right next to a drink. And he is about to... Well, he stood next to a person as well. So... Bam! Target eliminated. Yeah, nice timing there for someone to stand next to him, whilst he was being nervous and then having a sup. Now, everyone's going to get excited. Poison guard, don't blow your disguise, is all that's left. So, nobody's really watching us right... Well, that maid, actually. If she wasn't there, we could poison this guard. But she is there, so... Maybe we just vacate the area. Maybe that's the smart move. Everyone's getting excited. people are going to start escorting their charges to various exits, I imagine. So yeah, maybe we just don't want to be anywhere near this area right now. Now, those guys are all holding guns, but none of them are looking for a hippo whisperer. That guy just doesn't give a damn about anything, really. So he might be a good target, because he's kind of alone over here. Well, he's not alone. There's two of the buggers. But yeah, they're not paying much attention to me. That shot appears to have missed. But that one didn't. And now it's just a case of getting out without blowing our disguise. So let's grab a mansion guard outfit. Because that way we can openly carry our shotgun. And now it's just a case of collecting our sniper rifle. Wasn't even necessary to try for a perfect run on this mission, because this is now the end of the challenge. But it fits the spirit of the challenge to still try and get as close to perfect as possible. It's really not so bad trying for perfect runs. It's the only thing that keeps Freelancer interesting. I know there's people out there who will just run up, find the target, bip him in the head with a silenced pistol, and then run away. And it's like, that's just not very enjoyable, I don't think. I think if you're not going for the target, going for the objectives, then what's the point? But that's me. It's one of the great joys of Hitman in general, is that you can play how you want to play. And the way I want to play is achieving all these optional objectives and running right across the path of a bunch of enforcers. Probably dropping off one of their charges at the exit that we are now also going to take. Campaign completed. And there we go. Triple perfects. That has filled up our wall once again, I believe. So now that we've got back that rare sniper rifle, maybe we say bye-bye to it. Maybe we advance our prestige once again. Yes, I'm sure. Bye-bye, guns. It was nice seeing you again. Some of you at least. Bye-bye, money. But not all of the money, and not all of the guns, because we've got a Sega 300 Ghost. Spiffing. And we've also got a remote EMP charge. Yeah, it's probably the best of the bunch there. We'll take that. And that's yet another challenge completed. So, what was up next? I had a big list. A list called The Plan. And we are going to have to double check what the plan is for next time. But I think next up was Civilians Only, where we're going to leave all the guards in one piece and just take out the civvies. So either way, we'll find out next week, and I hope you'll join me there. Till then, thanks for watching, friends.